I spy a big mama. It's a cute little piglets. I know everybody would like a piglet update. They're just as cute as they can be. 8 very healthy, very lively piglets. Just beautiful. Hey, Jules. How's it going, big girl? They are out and about everywhere. They're so cute. They love to go over and get in the shelter with their teenage big sisters. And they have begun exploring everything. And Julia doesn't mind at all. All she has to do is grunt and they come right back. They are just as cute as they can be. We have made some new developments on the farm. We have a new type of waterer, which is working out really well. Hey, beautifuls. Hi, beautiful ones. Hey, are you so cute? Yes, you are so cute. Oh my goodness, we just love pigs. All right, so inside their hard fence, I have an electric wire so that they can get trained, and they are getting trained to that on their own. Julia will come up and sniff it, and they will come up and sniff it, and every now and then they get their little butts popped, but that's just the way it is. So it's been really cold here, and our waterer froze and one of the nipples busted. So right now we've just got it on a steady drip for the chickens. I've been slowly disposing of the extra roosters. Just too much pressure on my hens, and I really need some of y'all to weigh in on what I should do about this rooster problem, because my hens set eggs, and so then I end up with about half roosters, and I don't know what to do with them because we've tried to eat them and they're way too tough. And so I'm really just letting them kind of grow up and then giving them to the pigs as food. And so I think I should probably do that when the roosters are a little younger so that I don't have to waste so much time feeding them. If you'll remember, in an earlier video, I had used these little green stakes to hold down. Okay, Jerry Lee. There he is, that glorious orange creature. It's so funny because he is the second generation of my little Banty. They look exactly the same. They hate each other, even though the Banty is the father, I guess you could say, of Jerry Lee Lewis. I have my Banties in a small pen. Number one, the big roosters, they pick on the little Banty, even though he thinks he can take everybody on. Number two, I want some pure Banty eggs. So, back to this. I had held my fence down with these. It ended up really sagging my fence and grounding it out. And so now I've left them a little off the ground and done them that way. And I only have them every now and then because I have learned the secret to putting up the electric fence. It is taking your foot and at the same time pulling this pole and your foot and pulling it out as far as you can so that that bottom wire is stretched to capacity. And so really, I'm doing better with putting up the electric fence. And then, of course, where the electric fence joins the pig fence, oh, look at them. So if Damo wants just a little more milk. Wee, 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 wee. Oh, my goodness, they're so cute. Oh, look out there. Pig in dappled sunlight. What a masterpiece. Anyway, where the electric fence joins the pig fence, I just have it tied taut. You do not want your electric to touch this fence and electrify it all. That would be terrible for the pigs. So you don't want to do that. The little piglets are going out through this wide gate over here, and they are really enjoying all of the forest. I haven't let Julia out yet because she's really aggressive toward the teenager pigs, and I don't want somebody to get stepped on or bitten, or especially don't want any of my piglets to meet that fate, because if you've been with the channel for long, you know that we had 10 piglets born. Sprinkle died the following morning. She had a beautiful little sprinkling of spots all over her. Tiny spots too, like as big as a pencil eraser. She was just so unique. I had never seen a piglet like that. And then I let Ribs stay for about another day and a half, and it was just apparent that he really couldn't suck, and so we took him in the house, and honestly, he was in there for a week. And the night, he was just so weak one day, and I held him while we were watching TV. I held him in a towel, and I could feel his, he would take a breath, and then his heart would thump. And I thought, you know, he must have a congenital defect. And sure enough, the next morning, he had died peacefully in clean straw under a heat lamp in his sleep. And while that's sad, we still have 8 beautiful piglets, and they are thriving. And that's just something that you have to get used to on a farm. Animals don't always make it. It was so cold, and also I just feel like he had something wrong with him, and we did our best. And he certainly didn't die in the cold alone. He was loved and well cared for. So now I am looking for a new venture with the chickens. This is my new second in command, Jerry Lee. He's challenged Johnny a few times, but let's get real. Jerry Lee Lewis is no match for Johnny Cash. So he keeps his flock over here. You can see Johnny in the distance there with his 2.5 to 3 inch spurs. And they all go to bed together at night. And everything has been okay. But I'm looking for a new venture with my chickens. I got an incubator for Christmas. And right now I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do. Whether I want to incubate some eggs now so that I can have some layers around May. That's really what I'm leaning toward. And I'll tell you what I want to do. Well, let's just take a look. I have a purebred copper Moran, which is Johnny Cash. I don't have any copper Moran hens left. So I want to breed him with my Americanas because that will make olive eggers. And I love those deep olive eggs. I have this son of my English game rooster, Banty. And I don't know what I'm going to do with him. He's vigorous and he's strong and he's definitely an alpha. So I want to continue his bloodline. So I'll just make a barnyard mix with him, I guess. And then I have these Silver Lace Wyandottes, and they also have a rooster. So I want to pin them up together and let them have some purebred chicks also. And I think I'm just going to order some from a hatchery too, because last year, when I got around to ordering them in April, everybody was so afraid of COVID that there weren't any chicks left. So I'm going to go ahead. It's December 29th, I think. I'm going to go ahead and order my chicks from the hatchery. And I'm also going to go ahead and make my orchard order for my trees because they ran out last year. And I'm going to make my seed order. So I'm going to get busy on that. Lastly, I will give you an update on the gutter system. It's just on our little 15, 16 foot greenhouse structure here. We got this gutter for free. Somebody needed it cleaned out of their yard, so big surprise there. And we have it right now filling this IBC, I think that's what you call it, IBC tote, which was also for free. Somebody needed it cleaned out of their yard. So we are filling it. It has rained once, and you can see where the water line is here. And so that's going to be something that we really want to incorporate, to see if the water is potable out of it after it rains. We'll test it and see, and to get that going, to have a gravity drinker for our pigs. And then lastly, I guess maybe you know that we put in an electric, runs on electricity rather than relying on the solar panels. They just weren't keeping the fence hot enough. And last time we had piglets, we thought it was real cute that they would squeeze under the fence and run around our property like a little gang, and we enjoyed watching them. But what we found out is that when you let your piglets do that, they never learn to respect electricity. And then you have to put a hard fence. I have a hard fence nailed to trees, folks. It is really some redneck engineering. So we're going to try to avoid that this year by learning, teaching them to respect the hot electric fence. And so on this beautiful day, we'll just see if we can sneak up and get a little closer look at these glorious little creatures. I love them so much. I will always have pigs on my farm. Who would have guessed that this city girl with a college education and master's, associates, and master's work thought she was going to be in education forever. And it's just not for me, people. This is my life. It's what I love. You can help us a lot by sharing our videos with people who are like-minded. We would really appreciate that. We're trying to make this YouTube a nice little side hustle. Give me a thumbs up. Like, especially share, and subscribe. Thanks. Pigs in dappled sunlight. Can't beat it.